tune into me, you know who you tune into. It's The Dribble by Gully TV. What up? Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get the notifications. And most importantly, make sure you follow me on Instagram. The party starts on IG. All of the great debates start on IG. If you follow me over there, you see I posted a poll and let my followers pick who had the biggest debut Southern album, Juvenile or Young Jeezy. I never seen such a close comparison before ever since I've been doing polls on IG. They deadlocked. Nobody wins. 50% chose Jeezy. The other 50% chose Juvenile. I'm dead serious. Y'all seen the screenshots. I posted the proof. It's deadlocked. Both of them have wonderful contributions though, as far as their debut albums. What up? What up? BK Crypto, Sucker Free, King Pootie TV, Sticky Fingers, Shotty Balboa, all the regulars in the building. G Booker, peace. If you aren't subscribed, make sure you do so now. Bernadette, what up? Make sure you do so now if you aren't subscribed, and hit the top notification bell, please. Bogey the Black Bogart, what up? What up? What up? I see that my previous video about the Hurricane Katrina documentary. It took a couple days for it. Took a couple days for it to catch fire. 3 times actually. But I got the mess right. It's a lot of great debut albums that came out of the. People were saying that 400 Degrees wasn't Juvenile's actual debut album. He probably had an independent project before that, but I'm sure Jeezy did too. So we was, for the most part, referring to mainstream releases. I have always had the vibe that Cam was a bozo. That's what I came here to talk to y'all about. That's what I came here to talk to y'all about. Dame Dash has put out, this is the second video from his YouTube channel. It's called American New. Go over there and subscribe and make sure you watch part 1 and 2. Part 1 was an introduction to the fuckery. Part 2, he painted a picture. Dame wouldn't be going through what he's going through if he wasn't such a hater back in the day. How can somebody that was at the top of the game be a hater? I don't understand that part. I disagree with you on that part. I didn't get hater out of him. I didn't get that at all. I didn't get hater out of The Rock. Dame is looking desperate. Dame and Cam still at it. Why you say he looking desperate? I thought that he was very transparent. I thought he was very ethical. And he painted a picture, man. I want to hear what y'all got to say before I open fire. Peace. My man said, I met Dame in South Africa. Juvie was soldier rags. Okay. Harlem on Harlem crime. So, after it's been going on for a couple weeks. This is Dame Dash's second video that he's put out. Who do y'all feel wronged who? I want to hear it. That Harlem shit, hating on people. Shoes, clothes, cars. Nah, he don't have it like that, and nobody wants to show him any compassion. Got it. Did you see Cam's response to part 1? I've been a little bit busy. I didn't see Cam's response to part 1. I seen his Instagram post, if that's what you're talking about. He said all of this because I said the movie was trash. The movie was trash. But guess what? That's not the place of his friend. If Cameron was a friend of Damon Dash, he wouldn't have said that publicly. It's not his place to say something like that publicly. If he didn't like it, or if he had something against it, he probably could have said that privately. Once it goes public, it gives us a good idea of what type of friend he is. Everywhere Dame go, he fall out with people. Every person. Vlad, Kenyatta, no jumper. He hating on Cam because he up right now. You're entitled to your opinion. I believe what he said about Cam. Cam ain't never been right and exact about nothing in my opinion. Got it. Cam is wrong in this situation. Dame had a classy response. I believe he had a classy response too. Peace. I thought he had a real classy response, and Cam ain't no good. If we're gonna take Dame Dash's account of what's been going on between them, Cam ain't no good, man. He a dirty nigga, man. He don't reciprocate. He don't reciprocate favors to Dame for whatever reason. The underlying issue probably is he wants to compete with Dame, or he wants to be. Damon Dash is a boss. Cam has been a boss for many years too. Had his own imprint, The Diplomats, very successful. But in the relationship with Damon Dash, he's probably like the little man. Do y'all agree with that? He's in a little man position. I don't think he wants to no longer be in that position. I don't. I feel that he wants to be a big boy independently, and he wants to create a legacy, or he wants to flourish in business independent of Dame Dash or without Dame Dash's blessings. But according to Dame Dash, Dame introduced him to a lot of people, and Dame was right. I feel he was right. If I introduce you to somebody, right, and me and that person fall out, I don't think that you should fuck with them. That's just me. I don't think that you should continue to fuck with the person. That's not team ball. That's not team ball. I believe if someone was to fall out with Cameron, Dame probably wouldn't be cool with them. Cam hasn't reciprocated the same type of energy or loyalty to Dame Dash. That's part of the reason. My man said Cam's a rotten motherfucker. He's always been about himself his entire career. He's a tether. Cam's something else. That's that Harlem shit. One of the things that I will always recollect when pertaining to Cameron is this. Him and Jim Jones was friends. Business partners, however you want to put it. Jim Jones stepped off and started to create a life for himself, meaning the Bird Gang Collective. That was Noe, Max B, Stack Bundles, Sandman, somebody else. Jaja. He started to create his own lane, make his own motion. And behind his back, Cameron went and copyrighted the name Bird Gang or trademarked it or something like that. That's some rotten, sucker, evil, jealous shit. When you got that type of character, or when you got that type of shit on your jacket, you know this is not a nice person. This is not a nice person. So the things that Dame Dash is saying about him, I believe it. Dame said Cam got punched in his face, and Dame helped Cam back in the day with the deal. He said that he helped him get off of... He said that... I had T-Money on his platform, right? T-Money speaks about him and some of the Taliban and some Bloods running up in the record label to help free Cam from his record deal. Dame Dash says that's not what got him off the record deal. He said, I got him off the record deal. And even though he didn't recoup their money, I got him out of that deal. And then I brought him over to Rockefeller. Do y'all believe this? Do y'all believe what he said in that regard, that he got him out of his deal? I believe Damon Dash probably had that type of administrative power to execute a move like that. I do. He said that he's the one who introduced him to those guys. Well, he showed the footage. One of Cam's partners in Vegas is a guy that Dame introduced him to. And he showed footage of the guy saying how Dame has been a mentor for him. The guy that Cameron is partnered with. He's saying how he spoke very, very highly of Dame, on how Dame has been a mentor to him in business. And I guess the guy and Dame, they're no longer cool. And Cam continued to do business with him. That ain't loyalty. That's not. Dame put on too many folks not to have respect. Cam learned from Dame. Now he using his ways against everybody. Cam is all for Harlem till it's about him. Backstabbing shit. Daryl Javon, I appreciate your super chat. If we cool and you got beef with somebody, I'm cool with too. That's your beef. You's a sucker. You a sucker ass nigga. I ain't got no problem telling you that. I don't. We grew here. Others flew here. If me and you from the same space, if me and you come from the same element, if you my little man, if I fall out with somebody, I expect you not to fuck with them either. Period. That's your philosophy, but that says a lot about you. That says that you's a suck ass nigga. You probably the type that would do it for some money. And maybe that's the type of person that Cameron is. I'm not wired like that. I'm not. I've been put in situations like that as Gully TV. I have. It actually cost me. It actually cost me. My loyalty actually cost me a situation. I ain't even gonna tell this story. I'm gonna just keep it to myself. He said, Gully, just like you said, it's them Harlem niggas. That was mad lame. I remember when he did that, I was shaking my head the whole time. Paid in Full. That was Damon Dash's movie. Cameron got a starring role in the movie. Lead role as Alpo Martinez. That was Dame's movie. I'm pretty sure Dame had a lot to do with Cam being Alpo. After somebody did a favor like that for you, it's kind of fucked up to watch him turn around and show his ass to him and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? For real. Cam wrong for digging through old laundry for content. All facts. Harlem dudes snap on a whole different level. It's the same disloyalty he's showing to Un Rivera. Un is somebody who put him on. All Un said in his interview was that he feels that the versus battle would have been different if Cameron has performed some of the songs that he did with Entertainment. Cameron turned around and aired out his dirty laundry. Very spiteful. He got a lot of female traits. He do. Cam always jump shit. Remember he was beefing with 50 and disappeared for years? That situation with 50 Cent, Jim and Joel's jump ship on him first. And went with 50. If you want the truth, it seemed like a lot of them dudes in that circle, they don't got a lot of morals and shit about them. They don't. Cameron puts on Votto. Get Votto hot. Votto turned around and tell Cam, you never believed me. He told him, you never believed in me. And he bailed ship on Cameron and went with DJ Khaled. He thought them palm trees was going to do something for him. That shit didn't work out. We've watched Cameron hate on Mace for years. Dog Mace for years. Talk bad about him. Put him in verses. Put him in songs. Talk bad about him. Jim was his man. Him and Mace repaired their relationship. However you want to look at it. Turn around. And now he's with Mace dissing Jim. Very dastardly. Very dastardly. Goddamn. I think you just expect Cam to be loyal to you forever. They grew apart. That's life. Are you still friends with your childhood friends? Let me tell you something, goofball. Can't nobody ever turn me against the niggas that I came up with. Y'all are familiar with a disconnect that I had with my son, right? You want to know what that was about? You want to know what that was about? One of the niggas I grew up with got killed, right? And my son was rolling with the niggas that did it. He fucked with them. Like, somehow he fucked with them. One of my niggas, one of my youngins came to me and was like, yo, man, why don't you get your son? We went to go take care of some business, and we was trying to see somebody, and he hopped out and pulled out his gun. I'm never, ever gonna show any disloyalty to the niggas that I come up with. We don't hang around each other every day, but that's family. Let me tell you something, sucker. I just went to a funeral the other day, right? There's two types of funerals, in case you don't know. Put y'all on to something. Two types of funerals. There's a regular funeral, and then there's a funeral from somebody who died from the projects. When you go to a regular funeral, you might see some people there. But when somebody from the projects die, everybody's there. Everybody's there. It stood out to me. I went to a funeral, and this older lady, she passed away. Her kids is from the Harbor Homes projects. My grandmother lived in the Harbor Homes, and that's across town. So I kind of come up around these niggas too. I went to go show respects to. This was one of my homeboys' mother. She passed away, and when I went there, I didn't see nothing but project people there. They no longer lived in the projects. This is 30 years ago. These people no longer live in that project. But when the funeral came, everybody's there. So for you to say, are you still cool with the niggas that you came up with? Of course. Weirdo. Fuck type of nigga is you? I love putting goofies in their place. Y'all hear this goofy ass nigga? Am I still cool with the niggas I came up with? Kidding me? Cam dissed every friend he had publicly, even Juju. I can't believe that nigga said some stupid shit like that. The niggas that I ate sandwiches, the niggas that I was in free lunches with, the niggas that I was cutting in line with at free lunches, the niggas that I was boosting with, the niggas that I broke down mongooses with. Y'all know how it was. When we get a bike, everybody get a piece of the bike. You get the sprocket, he get the handlebars, you get the brakes. Me and him, you get the rims and tires, I get the mags. It's a different type of loyalty that's birthed in the projects and shit. I don't know what type of nigga you is or what type of people you come up around, but you pose that question to the right person. I'm gonna be a German Street nigga from 17th Street forever. This nigga say people grow up and they change and shit like that. You was never one of us if that's how you wired. My big cousin had a childhood friends I grew up with seeing and 100 plus people outside the church because the inside was full. He said bikes, bro, that bring back memories. Can't believe that nigga said that shit. But anyway, I'm assuming Damon Dash is expecting this type of loyalty from Cameron, and it's probably very discouraging for him to see that Cameron is on his platform laughing at him with 50 Cent. He said that it's kind of funny to see you being friendly with people that you was once ops with, and you making fun of your friends and shit like that. That's all truth. He said, nah, breaking down the mongoose is sandbox shit for sure. You hear this goofy ass nigga? I can't believe that nigga said that. Kick him out the chat. If y'all find him, get him the fuck up out this chat, yo. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna turn the mic over to y'all. I want to know how y'all feel about everything that's going on between them two. It seems like in this day and age, ain't nothing private anymore. Everything has to go to the internet for validation. I done been disrespected by family members, by people that I consider close to me, some childhood friends. But that don't mean that I gotta do it back. I'll never step out of being thorough. Under no circumstances. I'm in control of me. Money is the factor that breaks bonds. I agree. I don't agree with the whole theory of money being the root of all evil. I don't. I don't agree with that. I think money changes lives. I do. I think money changes lives. The problem is when the wrong types of people get money. That's when you start to see the ugly shit. You got it? A lot of Cam's most notable moments was courtesy of Dame. Paid in full was Dame. Come Home With Me was Rockefeller. Diplomatic Immunity was Rockefeller. Purple Haze, Rockefeller. Dame was too loyal for the industry. My man said the lack of money is the root. Shout out to Staten Island. I agree with you 100%. I think attention is the root of all evil. I have a saying that I live by. You got to be careful who you feed. That's the truth. You do have to be careful with who you feed, because sometimes pups grow up to be disloyal dogs. You know how we see on the internet sometimes owners of dogs get attacked by their dogs. A woman just was killed by her own pit bull. I think that was in California. Here she fed this motherfucker, housed this motherfucker, and he grew up and he killed her. I think the same behavior can be displayed by humans. You got to be careful who you feed. I had a younger nigga around me for many, many years. And he's not around me anymore, but we got to this juncture where I started to see certain traits about him. And I understood what it was. He could never be me in our relationship. It don't matter how much money he get. It don't matter how the tables get turned. You always gonna be my young nigga. Ain't nothing gonna change about that, right? But he can be me in his world when I'm not around. And I started to notice certain things about him. So all I did was step the fuck away from him. Simple as that. No bad mouthing, no rumor spread, none of that shit. Pardon my bag. Dame, for whatever reason, felt the need to respond to Cameron. He probably hurt underneath everything that's going on. He's probably hurt, probably feel disrespected. I hate the motorcycle niggas, man. I hate the motorcycle niggas. I swear to God, I hate them niggas. I hate the motorcycle niggas. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. For real. Gully always speaks highly of the people that he grew up with. A lot of my traits was developed collectively amongst a group of thoroughbreds and shit like that. That which attracted y'all to the real Gully TV was perfected in the projects. It was. Ain't no little I's and big U's amongst us and shit. Everybody's a big boy. That's just what it is. Cam did Hell Rail and J.R. Ryder wrong too. He was never a team player. He was never a team player, man. And I said this, I recorded a podcast episode. It's gonna be on the Dribble podcast. Y'all can go listen to it. I'm gonna upload a clip of it to this channel. Before the Diplomats, Cameron was like a B. Hate them fucking motorcycles. Cam was like a B or a C grade rapper. Cameron was never in the A-list of MCs. He was never ever in the A-list of MCs. When he became the Diplomats positioned himself amongst the A-list of hip-hop. But him by himself, he was never, ever, ever in that class. He wasn't. He was never Nas. He was never 50 Cent. He was never none of them. He was never amongst the elites, ever. And the Diplomat Collective is something that catapulted him into position. And to this day, that whole dynasty is no longer, it's nothing. It crumbled in Madison Square Garden. It did. Do you think Dame is placing blame on Cam for the Rockefeller breakup? He didn't just say it. He didn't just say it. This started because of an interview that, well, it didn't start, but it escalated because of an interview that Cam did on Talk to Flea. I think that's the name of his other podcast when he's by himself. He was interviewing Memphis Bleak, and they discussed that situation about him being named vice president. And Bleak said, you know that was the beginning of the end. That's what fucked everything up. So, yeah, it's the truth. According to Dame said that he never promised him that position. He said they had a conversation about it. He said he didn't tell him to go and run off and start talking about it in public. I don't know whether he went on 106 in Park and spoke about it, or he spoke about it on the radio. But Memphis Bleak said out of his mouth, you know that was the beginning of the end. Dame said he's never apologized for it. He's never taken any accountability for it. Dame said he chalked it up to him being young. Do you remember on DVD back in the day, Cam did an interview, they asked him, was he gonna sign more artists? He said he doesn't need more pawns. He needs more chessboards. I knew he was for self then. He said, hold up. SDE was pushing him towards a A-list MC. What year did SDE come out? Was DMX around when SDE came out? Was DMX around? Tell me. Was DMX around? Was Hove around? Was Nas around? We can't forget the run that Fat Joe went on. Fat Joe went on a hell of a run. He did. Take a Look at My Life. Lean Back. Fat Joe went on a hell of a run that placed him amongst the elites based on performance. But I need to know, what year are you speaking of? What year did SDE come out? 2000. Under no circumstances was he amongst the elites in 2000. Under no circumstances. Hell no. No. Juvenile was around in 2000. Hove was around in 2000. DMX was around in 2000. Fat Joe was around in 2000. Nas was around in 2000. No. Ja Rule? No, Ja Rule wasn't out yet. Ghostface Killer. Supreme Clientele. Ghostface was around in 2000. SDE came out in 99. That makes it worse. The further you go back into them 90s, that makes it worse, because then you got to add Nature and all of them dudes and Noriega, and he was not in them niggas. He was not in them niggas league. He was not in Nature's league. He was not in Nori. Yes, Nori. That debut album, Nore, that shit was a big fucking deal. That SDE shit couldn't hang out with them types of records back then. They couldn't. Not at all. Mobb Deep was around. What year did Black Rob come out? What year did Woe come out? Lean Back didn't come out until 02, 03. If it was 99, that places him in the lane of Don Cartagena. That's even worse. Unsaid Steve Stout pulled a play and blackballed Dame because he slapped him. When It's Dark and Hell is Hot dropped, DMX had everything on lock. The Lock's second album was in 2000. Ja was out in 98. Daryl Javon, I appreciate you. He says Cam was a struggle rapper before Dipset. That's what I remember. I remember him. I remember him struggling. I do. Yeah, Cam was struggling before the Come Home With Me album. Or Cormega, exactly. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. This is the same guy that said, I keep the computers putin'. Don't get me wrong. He had his moments. He produced some good songs by himself. He did. I can't dispute that. He won no battles. He didn't win against 50 Cent. I think he was battling Nas in his own mind. No, he was never an A-list rapper. Never. Beanie Siegel was fire. You think Rockefeller ever going to get back together? Absolutely not. Them niggas don't like each other. Cam's first album went gold. Gold is 500,000 copies, right? Gold is 500,000 copies, right? I always think about Cam not passing Mace the ball in their state title game. The signs were there. Nas bodied him on message to the feds. He said, what's the definition of struggle? That was a word that people used to describe him at the time. He wasn't amongst the elite rappers. He wasn't. Check this out, right? He was on a record called Banned from TV. Who had the weakest verse on Banned from TV? Who had the weakest verse on Banned from TV? You had Nature on there. You had Big Pun on there. You had the Locks on there. It was Nori's record. Who did what? Cam is a C at best. The verses exposed a lot of Dipset shortcomings. They saying Nori. I knew y'all was gonna say that. I knew y'all was gonna say that. Nori ended that song correctly, man. Nori put a great punctuation on that song. His flow is always unorthodox. Sometimes the shit didn't make any sense, but it sounded good. And I knew y'all was gonna do that. Cameron had the weakest verse on Banned from TV. I knew y'all was gonna say that. I knew. Cam's best performance was Rhapsody in the Basement. Nori got off on that record, man. I knew y'all was gonna try that. Nori got off on that record. It was That NORE album had no flaws. That was almost a perfect album. That was one of the hottest albums that was around back then. That fucking album got major play. It did. If Cam is C-list, Jimmy is the D-list. You can throw all them niggas under the bus. You can. And I like Jim Music. But I like the Dipset better. The Dipset is J.R. Ryder, Hell Rail, 40 Cal, all of them guys. Them guys get busy. And they weren't really appreciated. They should have had a part in that versus that happened in Madison Square Garden. Don't forget Cam got booed off the stage in Madison Square Garden. He tried a acapella. Fans didn't want to hear that bullshit, man. He tried it. He brought his beach chair. They got slaughtered. Very, very, I don't know, very, very self-centered dude. But the things that I heard Damon, getting back to the topic, the things that I heard Dame Dash say today about the business end, and about Cam showing disloyalty throughout all of the things that he did for Cam, I think it was very eye-opening. It didn't have to be aired out, but Cam probably took it there. Sometimes niggas forget and get delusional. I don't think Cam wanted all of that business to be aired out there. But if it was one person who could air it out, it was Dame. And I vividly remember when he held Dame in a very, very high regard. Like Dame said, that interview that Cam did on, I think it was Bill O'Reilly's show, when he was like, you mad? He was on there with none other than Damon Dash. So he held him in a very, very high regard. For him to wait until now to show his ass to him, it just makes you question his integrity. In 2025, Jim is the best out the crew. Super Jones, hold up. Come Home With Me is a classic album. What record label did Come Home With Me come out on? Dame said the last time that he put out a good record, it was on Rockefeller. Was Come Home With Me on the rock? And that song is dope. Come Home With Me, that song was dope. There was some other joints on there that was dope. Classic, I don't know about being classic, but I think I bought that. I did. I bought Purple Haze too. I did. It was a time when that Diplomat logo, you couldn't miss by buying that music. You couldn't. The collaborations alone, the people who was featured on them songs, you just knew that you was gonna get something good. So Come Home With Me came out on Rockefeller. So that means everything that Dame Dash said today about the last time that you had something relevant out on your own, it was on Rockefeller. He said that. He said since Rockefeller, he hasn't done anything but talk about people. That's kind of like the truth. If you want to keep it real, it's kind of like the truth. Cameron and Mace's podcast or talk show is supposed to be a sports show. Do anybody identify that show with sports? Do anybody associate it is what it is? It is what it is with sports. Do anybody here associate that show with sports? Tell me, please. Anybody here? He said not anymore. When? When was it a sports show? Because that's what it's supposed to be, a sports show. Goldie said, I don't watch it. Yeah, it's a sports show. It goes off topic because of Cam's outside controversies. They're sports fans, but that show isn't sporty at all. I don't think so. Do you think the Dipset beats carried Cameron? I think the Dipset carried him. That diplomatic immunity project, They rode Santana like a thoroughbred horse. Santana was a very, very standout talent on the diplomatic immunity projects. Santana the Great, Who Am I, Ground Zero. I believe Santana was the first to rap on Ground Zero. He definitely benefited from those guys. He did. He did. Super Jones, I appreciate your super chat. People are still judging Jim for music he made in 2003. Jim been the best spitter in Dipset for years, since The Ghost of Rich Porter. I agree with you. The podcast is more like some Wendy Williams shit. Romantic Warrior says, I don't watch it. I never liked Mace. They was talking all about sports at first. It's a gossip show and not that good either. Probably when OJ was on there, but I don't watch it much. The show lost its focus. Guess what? I don't watch that bullshit either. I don't watch that bullshit either. I'm here to state the facts. I'm here to state the facts. I don't rely on it is what it is for any type of sports coverage. I don't watch it. I don't. There's nothing about it that will make me watch it. And the only reason that it's a topic here is because Dame replied, put out two videos responding to Cameron. But Cameron's relevancy or buzz consists of Damon Dash feuds with somebody. It could be Omar Gooden, it could be Dame Dash, it could be Jim Jones, it could be Melissa Ford, it could be Choke No Joke. It's a feud with somebody, and that's nothing but the truth. Hell Rel, JR, and 40 Cal held their weight. Dame got Kevin Hart off Cam because Cam couldn't take Kev ragging on him. Cam must have been real sensitive. Just look at the Ocho Cinco situation. All of his relevancy in recent years is attached to a feud with somebody. It's attached to a feud with somebody. This is the truth. The things that Dame Dash said in this video today was a display of, pardon me, it describes somebody who don't got no morals. A person who's, he basically fuck with whoever's winning. We all know a person like that. He a piece of shit. He is. The show with Mace is a talk show. The show where he is talking about Dame Dash and other people, that's the other show. It's called Talk with Flea. The shit that got Dame upset transpired on It Is What It Is. It was the 50 Cent situation. And the most recent thing that has triggered him was the conversation with Memphis Bleak. That was on Talk to Flea. Young Boy 24 says Jimmy was never the best in Dipset. He the best right now. Santana having problems with his teeth. Cameron don't seem to be really concerned with rapping anymore. Terrell Potter, my God, peace Gully, keep up the great work. Thank you. The show with Mace is sports. Talk with Flea is a show where he's been shitting on people, you could say. At which point during Talk with Flea is it about sports? Because it was an incident about 7 months ago when Mace told the story about Big L setting him up to get robbed. That don't sound like sports. And that took place on that show. It Is What It Is. Whenever there's something relevant, trending, or hot attached to Mace and Cameron, it's a feud with somebody. Jay Prince, just pick somebody. This is the truth. Rivera, he's like 50 Cent from Harlem. Blake of America says, I can't believe y'all here fronting on Killer. The conversation piece started because we can't believe the killer is fronting on Dame Dash. Dame Dash put Cameron and paid in full. Is that not enough to show me some respect and loyalty? How the fuck do we get to the space where it's disrespect to me, and I put you in an iconic role? I put you in a movie that's going to be talked about 50 years from now. Paid in Full was a good movie, no matter how people project it to be from the truth, exaggerated, not true, whatever. Paid in Full is a good movie. We love that movie. Cam put out a Crime Page tape. I'm going to listen to it when I roll up or in a minute. Good for you. Cam been throwing subs at the whole camp. I heard him mention a friend losing 100 mil and he helped him out. Talking with Flea is not sports. He said it is what it is, the sports show. They don't talk about sports on there. He put money in Cam's pocket. I can't believe people stream in traffic. How is this legal? He didn't front on Dame. Cam still acting like Rico. Dame wasn't casting director. Suck a dick. It was Cam's. That was Dame Dash movie. They clearly say that in the credits when it's coming on. Dick rider. Fuck out my chat. Dame and Jim's stories about Cam are similar, starting to look like a duck. Dame made killer millions. I don't care for Cam, but he ain't say nothing crazy about Dame. Dame has become everything he used to talk about. I think if Dame kind of stayed away from the cameras with his mouth all fucked up, he wouldn't be the target of so much, ridicule and comedy and shit like that. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be bidding off of him. One of the funniest comments I seen under that new video. Hold on. One of the funniest comments I seen under that new video. They said Dame looked like Ace and Paid in Full when he was shot up in the hospital. He told Rich Porter, he told Rich and Alpo, I'm out. I'm out. My body is different. I'm moving different. Hey, y'all know that scene in Paid in Full? Ace all bandaged the fuck up. He was like, Rico, I'm out. I'm out. Like, my body's different. I'm moving different. They said that's what Dame looked like on that new video. Yo, why is you on camera, man? You missing teeth? Then you got your fucking face all bandaged the fuck up, man. You could have waited at least till you healed up. You could have waited until he healed up. Rico, I'm out. My body is different. I'm moving different. Hey, yo, that's some funny shit. See, when you upload your content to YouTube, you got to deal with the comedians. You do. Daryl Javon, I appreciate your super chat. You got to deal with the comedians, man. Niggas gonna have some slick shit to say. And Dame puts himself in the line of fire when he keep coming back to the internet, man. People are saying out of all the money that he had, that he's displaying a level of insecurity that he can't stay the fuck away from. He's looking for validation from the internet community, a community that is showing him no mercy. So, hey, man, he got to deal with whenever he uploads some shit and he looking all fucked up, he got to deal with that. He said, my teeth acting different. Actually, if you notice, everybody fall out with Dame over the years. Jay, Biggs, Jim, Cam, Bleak, Beans, etc. He said that laugh makes it worse. The internet don't got no picks, man. If you get on here, you got to deal with everything that comes with it. I just wanted to get on here and get y'all opinion. I wanted to get y'all opinion on everything that Dame said. It seems to me that, in a nutshell, Cam don't want to be the little man. He don't want to be Dame's little man anymore. It might have started that way, but now that he got his dribble right, he signed a deal for like 730,000 with Simon and Schuster. He did a deal, according to Dame, behind his back with Revolt. He did a deal, a fashion deal, according to Dame, again behind his back, to produce the Diplomat clothing. You got to be careful who you speak with creatively, because niggas do be stealing flow. Niggas will still steal your wave and run off and act like it was theirs. I was told a story recently that name, the UN, that was stolen from somebody. I was told that was stolen from somebody. They was all in the studio trying to figure out a name for Cam and Votto, and somebody that was sitting in there said the UN. That sounds dope. And Cam acted like nothing was said. The nigga turned around and they was called the UN. He like, damn, he took my name. He didn't even give me no credit or no acknowledgement or nothing. That's my understanding of it. He said, damn, look like the Colonel from KFC. Do you have any unreleased from Lord Superb? No, I don't. The Eagles and the Cowboys is about to be on TV. I got to get off of here. I got to upload some content. I did some videos earlier today. I got to upload an episode to the Dribble Podcast. Make sure that y'all look for that. That's on all. I'm on all the streaming platforms. So make sure that y'all subscribe to the Dribble Podcast. That Snoop Dogg clip was hilarious. Yeah, the UN name was stolen. It was. Cam is a funny style dude. They all snakes. He got a career of down talking his people. His prime karma caught up with him. I appreciate y'all participating in this discussion. I got to get up off of here. Make sure y'all go to Instagram and follow me at @IamGullyTV_. Go to my website and get the trifecta. It works. I uploaded y'all see my arms. Y'all already know what time it is and shit. Y'all see that shit. Go to the website, man. Get your dribble right, man. You see that shit. Trifecta, man. It increases blood circulation throughout the body and shit. You ain't gonna swell up if that blood ain't circulating and shit. So go to the website and get yours, man. Shout out to everybody overseas who've been supporting me. I've been sending a lot of trifecta to them guys in the military, guys in Japan and Kuwait and England. So I appreciate y'all, and I'm out of here, man. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the top notifications when I'm on live stream. I gotta go. Have a great evening. Peace.